When I started my online boutique, I was clueless about how to run a business or how to start a business. I lost a lot of money, made a lot of mistakes that even delayed the growth of my business or the development of my business. But the most important thing is that I learned so much from all those mistakes, from all that wasted money, and all those failures that I experienced. If you watched my previous video, then you know what I'm talking about. But from all of that, I learned so much. Or one important thing that I can say I did do right is that I invested a lot, whether it was my time or my money. I invested a lot in learning, I invested a lot in coaching, I invested a lot in getting into memberships and just learning everything that I could possibly learn to get my business going and to get my business up, or to see my business succeed. And honestly, struggling so much to start my own business and to get my own business up and running and making money is what inspired me to start this channel. It's what inspired me to start sharing the things that I was learning, the things that I had learned about business, about starting a business with other people who might be in the same shoes that I was, as throughout my business journey from the beginning until basically where I am now. So, if you are a new entrepreneur and you are where I was, you're starting your business or you did start your business, but you're still kind of struggling to find your feet, then you need to subscribe to this channel because this is the community for you. Now, learning alone was not enough. I had to apply everything I was learning and apply it correctly to actually see results. And that is when I actually started to see results in my business, when I started applying things correctly, because I did learn and I did start applying. But when I started applying things correctly, that is when I actually saw a difference. That's when I actually started seeing results in those things that I was applying in my business. So the first thing that I changed or improved to start seeing sales in my business was my Instagram page. So when I started my Instagram page, I participated in a lot of engagement groups, a lot of follow for follow, we'll follow each other, engage in each other's posts, that whole thing. That was the worst thing ever. Yes, my follower count grew, but I had a bunch of followers who didn't even know what my page was about, didn't even know they were following me. They would just click follow because if you know how that whole engagement train or follow trains work, then you know that you literally just follow someone and you don't know who they are, what they do, you don't know anything about their page. So I had a bunch of people on my page who did not know who I was, did not know what my page was about, did not care. So every time I would post, my post would perform so poorly. And in those who did see my post would see my post and think, obviously, what is this? Who is this person? And unfollow. So every time I was posting, I was having people unfollow my page, and I wasn't getting engagement. The little bit of engagement I got was literally just people liking the post, right? And even when I would boost ads or run ads, it just didn't work, right? Because the algorithm could not figure out who my page is for, because I had a bunch of random people following me, literally a bunch of random people. So the minute I changed, so what I did is at the end of 2022, I created a brand new page and I started posting my pictures again, my new content again. And I started to see actually people who were genuinely interested in my stuff, in my pieces and stuff. They started following me, they started engaging with my posts. So when I would boost my post, I actually saw results. I actually saw people not only visit my page, but also head straight to my website and actually make purchases. So that is the first thing that I did that helped me make sales. So the second thing I did to help me make sales, or that I believe helped me make more sales, is I improved or upgraded my pictures, my product pictures, especially on my website. So I invested in two softbox lights and a backdrop, a white backdrop, and I also got a clicker So it's like a Bluetooth clicker. It connects to your phone, and then you click it when you take pictures, so you don't have to like use the phone timer or anything. Um, so I invested in those things, and I took pictures, and my pictures came out looking way better. So I already had an iPhone. I was really taking pictures using my iPhone, but I don't know, they still didn't look. I don't want to say professional because it's not like the pictures now look professional, but they kind of do. You know what I mean? But so I kind of having that new the white background, the lighting, it really made my pictures look way better. Like if you go to my website, the link is in my description. If you check out my website, you can see that like the pictures look really nice. Like you can see the pieces properly, like you can see the dresses properly, the prints and everything properly. Whereas before I did have nice pictures, the pictures were clear and everything, but I think to some extent it wasn't showcasing the product the way in a way that attracted someone and made someone want to buy it, you know. So once I did that, the pictures I started posting actually started getting more engagement, and started people would see the picture and actually go and look for the, like, you I could see the correlation between my website traffic and the posts I was posting. So I would post something and I would see that, okay, the people who saw that either in the stories or in the actual post, they would actually go and see or check out that product on my website. So that is another thing that really helped me. So obviously, because my business is online and it's a product-based business, the pictures are very important because that is a person's only way of seeing the product, of experiencing the product. So they have to experience it through proper videos. It has to be good quality videos and good quality pictures so that they can experience the product properly, and get to have that want to buy that product and want to own it, right? I know that we can't all buy softbox lights and all that, but honestly it's not that expensive. The softbox lights, two lights, it was like 1,000, 1.1, 1.2. The backdrop I think was also around 1,000 rand or 900 rand. um yeah, and the clicker was like 100 and something or 200 rand. I mean, okay, it's not a lot, honestly speaking, guys. It's like 2.2, 2.3 that I spent to just upgrade my pictures. And I know it may seem like a lot to someone who has like zero budget, but realistically speaking, if you're starting a business, you do need a little bit of money. So it's not a lot in that, if you look at it from that perspective, right? And it's so much worth it. It's so worth it because your products need to look. If you're running a business online, your products really need to sell. Your pictures need to sell your product. Also, one last thing, when your pictures look good, when you run ads using high quality pictures or high quality video, the ads perform better compared to when you run ads on like basic video that you took, especially on Instagram, Facebook, right? On TikTok, you know that it's like regular phone content that does well, and that like content that looks less curated that does well, right? But if you're going to be running ads on Facebook, Instagram, then your pictures need to look good. So invest in those, invest in softbox lights, invest in a backdrop if you are running a product based business. So another thing I did was to focus on running ads on the platform where my ads were actually getting results. So I tried running ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, right? My TikTok ads didn't get much results. I got very little traffic from my TikTok ads. I got very little engagement and all that. Like, yes, people would like and comment on the video and stuff, but the ad itself didn't do so well. I'm not quite sure why, because obviously I'm not an expert on ads. I'm not an expert on TikTok ads. I'm not an expert on TikTok. But one thing I know is that ad didn't do well. The same video that did well on Instagram or Facebook did not do well on TikTok. On Facebook, the what my ads would do would bring me more followers, and people would like and inquire and stuff, but they didn't actually buy anything. But when I ran the ads, the same videos, or when I took better videos and I ran ads on Instagram, I started to actually see results. That's where I started seeing purchases. When I look at my analytics on my Shopify, and I look at where most of my sales are coming from, like 90% of my sales or 95% of my sales are coming from Instagram. And then the rest you'll have one that where someone saw something on YouTube, on a YouTube short, because I do post YouTube shorts. Like some of the videos that I'll post on TikTok, I'll post them on YouTube shorts as well. That's when I remember. um I do post up on TikTok sometimes. I haven't in a while, but I do. So then you'll see some people will, come from there. You will see that, oh, okay, this person actually came from YouTube, and then they liked the thing and they purchased. um, but 95% of my sales come from Instagram, because that is where, so I stopped running ads on TikTok, I stopped running ads on Facebook, and I just run ads on on Instagram, because that's where I'm actually seeing results. So that is where I'm putting my money, instead of splitting my money on a bunch of platforms where I'm not getting results, right? So it's better to do that. Focus on, take take a look, or pay attention to what platforms your content is doing well, what platforms are you seeing sales, or are you seeing more interest in your product or in your content, and focus more on that one, because that's where your money is. And then when it comes to running ads, right, I learned to give my ads time for the algorithm to kind of figure out, oh, okay, who's responding to the ad, what kind of a person is this, what kind of account is this, and finding similar people, you know, giving the algorithm time to figure out and to find that audience that you put in. Because what I used to do was I would start the ad, because obviously also I didn't have like much of a budget, right? So I would start the ad, and it's not like I'm spending more money now or way more money. Yes, I'm spending slightly more now, but that's because I'm getting sales. So I can spend a little bit more. But what I would do at that time is that I would start running the ad, and then a day or two later, if I'm not seeing results, I would turn the ad off. I haven't given the algorithm enough time to find that audience. I haven't given it enough time to figure out where should they place that ad, which, when they place the ad as a reel or as a post or as whatever, which one is getting more results, with what times are people engaging more to the ad, and what times should they show less of the ad or run the ad less, because the algorithm kind of reads those things, and they pay attention to, okay, this audience that you've chosen, or the audience that is reacting to or engaging with your post, engaging with your ad, these are the times where they are mostly online, these are the times where they're mostly engaging. So they show your ad more around those times, and they know, okay, these are the people. You may have entered a certain, maybe a specific um, audience. They'll show it to that audience and similar audiences. And you might find that it's not that specific audience that is engaging with the ad, but it's a similar audience. So they'll show it more to that audience and more people like that. I hope that makes sense. So you need to give your ad like a day or two to kind of figure out the audience, figure out the times, figure out the format in which it needs to show your ad, all those things, right? Because if you've ever created an ad, then you'll see that it's going to show up in different formats or in different types of posts, right? And it's going to show up in different places on that platform. So on Facebook, or on Instagram. I use Instagram a lot, so it's going to show up in your feed, in stories. It's going to show up in, what's the explore page. So, and then it shows you like the different formats that it's going to show up in, based on like the different areas on the platform that it's going to be shown, right? So it figures all those things out. It takes about a day or two for it to figure those things out. Then you'll start seeing traffic coming to your website, because that's when it's figured out, oh, okay, cool, it's found those people, right? So it first looks for those people. And also, don't be too specific when you are putting, unless you're selling a very specific product. So I sell clothing, I sell women's clothing. It's not specific. There isn't a specific person who is, this is the person that will like that. No, it's not like if I'm selling soccer boots, I know it's definitely somebody who specifically follows soccer pages, who likes soccer, who is a soccer player or plays soccer. You know what I mean? Then you can kind of be more specific there, because you're selling soccer boots or fishing equipment. You're selling someone who does fishing or photography. If you're selling a camera, you're going to target someone who is into photography or someone who is a photographer, right? So if you're selling something that is not so specific, like clothing or skincare stuff or whatever, then you don't be too specific in your ad, right? Yes, target. So I target women, and I'll target. So I don't specify on the age. I'll say 18 to 65 because I don't know. Like you can't say it's a woman of this age who's gonna like a crop top. It's a woman of this age who's gonna like this dress. You don't know. People dress according to how they want to dress, regardless of their age, regardless of their size. You know what I mean? Regardless of their race. So I don't specify areas. I just literally just say South Africa. I will say women, and I will say in the age, I leave it at 18 to 65. And then interests, I will say clothing, fashion, style, all that stuff, like just everything that has to do with fashion, beauty, style. I just add those, right? Even then, I'm not too specific with it. I'm just very broad with it, right? Because anybody could literally like my dress, but I know it's women. You know what I mean? And I know I want to sell to South African women. So I do that, and then it just puts the ad out there to whoever, and then it finds people who are reacting to the post, and then it shows it to more people like that. Because you will notice, if you pay attention to the people who are actually buying from your business, if you go and maybe find them on Instagram, or you'll see there will be someone who's gonna like your page, follow your page, and then next thing they're ordering from you. You might be able to, so that's the same name. If you take a look, I do that. So I'll go find my customers on my Instagram page, because normally it's like someone who recently liked my page, then they'll place an order. Someone who recently commented, then they'll place an order. Then I'll be able to see, okay, the names, and I go sometimes and look just to see um what kind of person it is, their page, and all that. And I noticed that, okay, cool, there are a lot of similarities in terms of interest, in terms of demographics, when it comes to the people that are buying from my business. So that helped me kind of figure out, okay, these are the people that are into my business, or these are the people that are interested in my products. So now I know that when I add more stuff, I'm adding with that person in mind, or that kind of person in mind, right? So yeah, that's something I learned a lot when it comes to running ads. Pay attention to that. Give it time. Don't rush the result. Give it a day or two to kind of figure things out. Then you'll start seeing, the traffic coming to your website. And then when it comes to posting on socials, that's another thing that I noticed that also helped me is I noticed that when I wasn't posting as much, my ads weren't performing as well, and I wasn't getting as much traffic on my website, right? So if I'm not running, let's say my ads are, because sometimes I post my ads. So let's say I'm not running ads and I'm not posting, zero traffic on my website. Like right now, my business, I've been MIA. Not MIA, it's just I'm working on something different for my business. So yeah. So I haven't been running ads or anything. I haven't been posting. So there's zero traffic on my website. There's like 4 visitors a day, 4 or 5 visitors on my website in a day. Right. And that's probably from like old posts that are still, showing up somewhere, from SEO, people searching on Google, finding something on Google. So it's random traffic. It's like 4 or 5, 10 people a day, right? But when I'm posting, even if I'm not writing an ad, when I'm posting, I see more traffic on my website, because People who are seeing my post in my stories, they will go and they'll click and go check out the product that I'm posting about. If I post something, a reel or a normal picture, then those people want to go and see what that's about. And also I noticed that when I'm posting more, when I'm actively posting on my page, then my ad as well was performing way better than when I wasn't posting. I don't know if that's a set thing, but that's something that I noticed when it comes to my ad and my page, is that when I was posting, my ad was performing well. When I'm not active, when I'm not posting on stories or not posting on the feed, then my ad was not performing as well, right? So that is another thing that I noticed. Okay, cool. I need to keep active on the socials, whether I'm constantly posting on stories or I'm posting on the feed, but I need to be posting something so that for my ad to be performing well. So like I said, I don't know if it's a set thing, but that's something that I noticed. So if you are running ads and then that's something to note, that stay active on your social media page. Just because you're running an ad doesn't mean you just need to just chill. Stay active on your page and your ads might do well. And not just for the ads doing well, but also I noticed with the sales. So when I'm not posting but I'm running the ad, people do visit the website, check out the product, right? But when I'm and some people will buy. But then when I'm posting while running the ad, because people come to my page first and then they'll see that, oh, okay, this person is active, then they feel more comfortable to go buy. But some people might feel uncomfortable if they see your ad and then they come to your page and find that you last posted 3 months ago or a month ago. They might not feel so comfortable to go straight to a website and buy something because you're not active. So is this thing still available? Because you're not even active, you're not even posting. You know what I mean? So that's another thing to take note of. And one last but not least thing that I started doing was posting, the good comments, the feedback, emails, DMs that I was getting as feedback from people who had ordered from me. Some people would DM me, some people will send an email, some people will comment on a post of like the thing that they ordered. I would screenshot those things and I post them in my stories. I have a whole highlight on my page where where I post these things. And some of the reviews, some people will go straight and make and add the review themselves, and some people won't, but they'll send me that review via email, DM, whatever. So I go on my actual website and I add that review, add that person's name, add their details, because add the order number and stuff like that. The integration that I use for reviews, you need to add like the order number, etc, right? So I'll go add that because I'm like, okay, I know the order number and all that, and I'll add, or I'll copy and paste what that person said and put it on there. So I have it as a review on there, and then I'll also post that screenshot of whether it's an email, whether it's a comment, whether it's a DM. I'll post it on in my stories. And I noticed that I actually get sales from that because there's someone who's been waiting to buy from your business, but they're not quite sure, like, are people buying? How are people feeling about this dress? How are people feeling about this top? When they see an actual person, or see that an actual person purchased and had whatever to say about your product or about your business, then that gives them that extra push that they needed to go and make that purchase. There'll be different reasons why you're not making sales depending on the business that you're running, or your type of business, your product. You just need to evaluate your business, pay attention to your business, implement what you're learning for your business, and see if that gives you results. If it doesn't, then you need to make changes. But one thing you can't do is expect quick results all the time. One thing you can't do is expect this to be an easy journey or to be smooth sailing all the time. There is a lot of learning, there's a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes you're going to make, and a lot of changes you're going to have to make in your business. You need to be willing to do all that. You need to be very flexible if you're going to start or grow a business and get your business to a point where you are actually seeing sales, seeing profit. Um, as I'm speaking, I'm also learning so much and I'm also applying so much, learning how to apply things correctly in my business, right? So yeah, guys. Also, just because your business is not making sales does not mean you have to shut it down. Sometimes the smallest change could change your business. So keep that in mind and keep working on your business, right? If you found this video helpful, hit that like button so that YouTube knows to show it to more people. And remember to hit that subscribe button to be part of this awesome community. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.